Sagittarius, to your September Astro Dice reading. Hope you friends are doing great out there. If you friends like this, please like and subscribe. Okay, friends, let's see what's going on with you in your Astro Dice. And for those of you who are new, this is where I take astrology with tarot and make a small horoscope using only one of the 12 houses. So let's get into this and see what is going on with you, my friends. We've got the moon coming out into the third house. Some Virgo energy going on. So with this moon over here, it's talking about your unconscious, sensitive inner emotions and responses. Got some deep emotional thinking and stuff going on, some feelings. Let's see. I'm going to do it Virgo style, over here. The energy around you is dutiful, hesitant, and humble with a discriminating, diligent, and painstaking air. So really getting in there, really focused on what it is that you are doing and working really hard at doing it, right? It's like this person's down on their hands and knees. It's like, I'm going to get this done one way or another. It's not, it doesn't really matter. So let's see. I'm doing it in the third house. But the third house is very interesting because the third house is saying that I am going to learn what it is that I need to learn. If I am seeking something, I am going to figure out what it is. I want to know the truth about the situation. Your potential to learn something in your local neighborhood as well. So it could be within your community. It could be anywhere, right? But it definitely could be, within your local neighborhood. This is saying that, if it's studying and I'm in college, I am going to learn what it is that I need to learn to do and master this, this area, this subject of my life. Really getting in there studying. Virgo's great at studying. I want to study this. I want to learn this. I'm going to do this. Very nice. So let's see what's going on over here. Going straight to the beginning of the month, middle of the month, and the end of the month. So whatever it is you're trying to learn or master, or however it is. But it is taking a toll on your emotions. So, and remember, guys, too, that it could also be something that's coming up that you just learn, right? Something was hidden that you didn't see coming, and you're just learning about it, right? So, especially with the moon, we can always say, oh, thanks for hiding that from me, right? Beginning of the month, you have a lot of courage, though, when it comes to the moon. The moon is actually, I have a lot of emotional responses over here, but I'm actually taking a lot of courage and taking me a lot of courage to go the way I'm going. Whatever this path is that you're going to walk over here, you're doing it very courageously. Even if there is some emotions, right, to the situation, some deep emotions, it's kind of like, well, I'm going to fight through it anyways. Okay, no matter what it is. So for some of you, it's because you do feel like you're kind of in this stuck energy. It's almost like I'm just determined to do what it is I need to do to get to this area, to really learn about this situation, but I feel like I am stuck. My back's against the wall. I'm not sure how this is going to go, but you know that behind you is this blessing. You know that this, is the right way to go. It's just about, how am I going to do this? How am I going to proceed down this road? How am I going to change my status quo? And so it does feel like this stuck is, I want things to change. I want my status quo to go up. Maybe you're looking for this job and you're having a hard time, getting this promotion or getting a foot up. And that's really what it feels like you're trying to learn over here, is how to proceed. And it could just be a stuck feeling, right? So take that how it resonates. Are you really stuck, or is it just a feeling of, how am I going to get around this situation to make this better? So, okay, so we have delays. So even though you're having the courage, you do feel that there is some delay. There was some kind of standstill and some kind of, indecision. And I do feel it's kind of like, well, I'm going to have the courage to do this. Because I have been kind of fence sitting over here. I have been kind of just looking down this path, looking at this opportunity. But I haven't really taken the leap of faith yet because I do feel stuck because I'm not sure if this is actually the way it's, is this way really the way for me? Is this really going to help? Can I get there? Those kind of questions. But you're going to learn something about your status quo over here. And yeah, you are kind of living in the past over here. And it does feel like there is kind of this lack of, feeling like you can move forward because you do feel stuck. With the status quo, there is something that has to do with learning self-discipline. And I think that that's where you're getting the courage. It's kind of like, well, you know what, maybe I was kind of in this indecision. And now I feel like, you know what, if I don't do something and be more self-disciplined about this situation, I'm not going to get to where I need to be. So I feel like in the beginning of the month, the thing that you're learning the most of is just the self-discipline, getting out of that stuck feeling and really having the courage and the self-will to say, you know what, something, I think this might work and maybe I'm going to take this leap. So I'm really, wanting to see you take this leap of faith, my friends, so that you can get to where it is you need to be. So at the middle of the month, this fly, what the heck? Get out of here. Okay, so I don't know how he got stuck in my room, but I don't like them when they're in my room at all. How'd you get in here? Find your way out. You have the hidden motivations over here. So it does feel like with the moon over here that there is something that you need to pull the veil away from, right? So that you can get the deeper understanding to the situation. It could even be with somebody. It's some kind of intention that's going on that makes you feel like, I'm not looking at it the right way. Damn that fly. Intuition and manifestation. So you're definitely you're using your intuition, and I do feel like you are manifesting in your own way, right? There even could be a lot of prayers going on to where it's like, I want to know what is going on here. Now, this kind of feels like the hidden motivation is kind of like where the secret is, where, to the potential of understanding where it is you need to go with learning something in your present power. You're definitely taking on this courage and this willpower to learn whatever it is you're learning about this situation, whatever you are trying to learn, or whatever now is coming at you. I do feel like there is something that's going to come at you, though. It's going to kind of free up your mind, make you really want to jump towards this opportunity, towards this situation. You're feeling like there is some kind of reward. You know that there's some kind of maybe financial independence, but you know what? It's like, I do feel like the grass is greener over here. I just have to figure out how to do this. Could be with a love situation or just something that you are that you are connected to, that you feel like it is healthy for you. It could even be like, I need to go to nursing. Maybe you guys are going to be in the health industry. But you could also be learning this situation about a partner, about a marriage, about a connection. They may even be coming to you, your partner, your connection could be coming to you, telling you about this situation, right? And that could be what you could be learning about. Is this certain opportunity? You might even be learning it through the local neighborhood. Maybe your neighbor is, mutually connected to healthcare. Let's just put it, that kind of situation. And they're like, yeah, there's an opening at the hospital. We could use a nurse. We could, you know what I mean? And so they could, be kind of helping you out within the situation, helping you find things. With the lack of power over here, it's like, it's just imbalance. It's just kind of like trying to balance out the situations with the justice upside down. I don't really see anything else. I don't really feel like there's any kind of unfairness to this situation. I feel more like it's just trying to balance out the power of where it is. I feel like I need to put all of this understanding that I'm getting. Because it does feel like you were very focused on the self-development over here within this situation. I think you're trying to take all the information that you have and kind of put it into baskets so you can kind of look at it in different areas. Because it does feel like you know, some of you might be like, yeah, and some of this information that I'm getting from other people is kind of misdirecting my activity. It's misdirecting where I'm going within my life. It's useless information. So it feels like you're kind of trying to balance things out over here with all the different information, all the different things that are coming through. But, you know, trying to keep the negativity away as much as possible so that you can have the new beginning. Yeah. So it does look like with all the things that you're learning over here, there's a lot of things that you feel that you could literally leap at. So it does feel like the mid-month you're kind of, let's just say, separating all the nonsense and all the what ifs and maybe this and maybe that to get to, right, the area that you're saying, this is what I trust in, this is what I want, this is the healthy basket, this is the no good basket, and this is the maybe. We'll look at it. You know, we'll look at that later. So it's kind of like ideas and possibilities that you're looking at before you just run in with blind faith and say, you know what, this is the one I'm going to trust. So, but it looks like you are literally learning all this stuff and you're trying to, you know, put it in different areas. Some of you might even want to be a teacher, or there is someone at the end of the month who is teaching you something. Like I said, some of you could be in school, in college, and or taking some, you know, taking some kind of trade class or something like that, where you feel like this is the information that I need, and then this information over here is not that useful. Depending on what, you know, you're taking. So yeah, you definitely have the baby steps to the situations because you're learning so much that it does feel like this is the time right now within your life where you just feel like here comes those opportunities of really what I need within this third house. How it's all going to play out within the other houses is, you know, it's going to be different, right? If it's a love situation, you're learning about a love situation, that'll play out in the 5th and the 7th house. You see what I'm saying? If it's about a job and a career, then we'll see it start playing out, you know, in the 6th house, the 7th house, and the 2nd house. You know what I mean? So, you know, there's going to be all kinds of different things going on over here. But yeah, there is going to be some kind of, as you're learning and people are teaching you things, and the more you're getting the information you need, it is definitely giving, there is an emotional piece to the situation. Because it's got your emotions a little scattered, and it does make some difficult decisions because it's saying, now I'm kind of at a deadlock. I have to figure out which pieces in the basket I want because I have that's trash, this is, I'll look at this later, and this is really good. Now, do I need to bring that, we'll look at this later, back into the, you know, to the area over here? So really getting your emotions over here to balance. Yep, there it is again, getting everything balanced where you need them to be and what you have learned. For a lot of you, it's definitely learning some kind of education, something that you really need to pursue your job and career. And for others of you, it's learning something about a love situation in which there could be two people that you are looking at, my friends, and, you know, about what it is you want, right? You could be looking at this Capricorn, and you also could be looking at this, you know, this Cancer over here going, well, I'm not sure who, you know, who I should live at, right? They both have great qualities. I'm just not sure who's good for me. And you're kind of learning about both of these people. Just saying, right? They look like they both have good potential. And it could be an online thing. You know, you're talking to one over here and talking to one over there and just trying to, you know, go back and forth to figure out who is it, right? There's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're weighing your options. For sure. That's what the 2 of Swords is. Who do I take the chance with, right? With the Fool. So with the inner resources over here, though, it does feel like it becomes very exhausting, though. So it just feels like you need to take some time out, right? There's a lot of, yeah, just a little overwhelmed about the situation. It's taking a lot out of you learning all this stuff. I think at the end of the month, it's kind of like, I'm going to take baby steps because I'm getting kind of I'm just kind of lacking motivation at this time. I need a little break. I've learned a lot. I've done what I need to do. It's break time, right? Yeah, and so it's avoiding any kind of diversity within yourself because it just feels like you're kind of over. Yeah, see, some of you, it is, you know, you are trying to, you know, to learn about 2 different people. It's time to go out and celebrate. It's time to put you guys, if it is books and you're in college and you're learning all this stuff, it is time to put the books away at the end of the month here, just, for a weekend or whatever. Get on a weekend getaway, go out and have fun within your community. You could be learning about a party that's going on, some kind of celebration that's going on, some kind of get together that's getting on with your friends. And it is time. It is time to get out there and go have some fun with the friends and put the books away, guys. Put the project away, put the ideas away, right? Because you're getting a little burned out, It's time to go have some fun and some happiness. Guys, if you're trying to date two people, it's time to, you're getting burned out with who it is and what it is. Maybe just put them, kind of put them both away for a second and be like, oh, I'll be back later. I'm going to go hang out with the boys. I'm going to go hang out with the girls, and we'll figure out who I'm going to date later. It's just time for some happiness, some friendship, some getting together, taking baby steps towards, either this love relationship, this partnership, one of these people, two of these people, who knows? But however it is, right? Or back to the grind of how I'm going to do this, and some of you might even be getting like your CP. I think it's called CPUs. You guys can. I haven't been in the medical field for a long time here. I used to work in there, but I think they're called CPUs, your credits, right? You could be getting your credits as well and trying to figure out which credits are more important. I do see a lot of medical over here, so somebody is definitely a nurse or in the medical field. And if you're getting those credits, right, it could be also that as well. I mean, if you have, two different kinds of credits to get, right, then maybe you're trying to learn more about one or the other, or maybe, do I want to be a registered nurse, or do I just want to keep my credits over here, over there, however it is. But you're definitely repressing a lot of emotions over here as you are just, here it goes, taking those baby steps. I just need to do what I need to do for my own Ace of Cups. So somebody might feel like you're kind of emptying the cup on them, but you're saying, no, I'm kind of feeling drained right now. I need to really get back on, on track over here. Time out is over. I just want you to be careful about this situation. Somebody may know that you are talking to someone else. If you are talking to these two girls or these two guys, I don't know how they know. Maybe they just have really good intuition. But it is showing that somebody is starting to get jealous, that they do believe that you are talking to someone else. You see what I'm saying? That's the jealous card. That's saying, I see that you're talking to Sagittarius. I see you're talking to Leo. I see that you're, you know what I mean? Are you talking to someone else? They're starting to have insecurity issues over here. Your self-confidence is starting to feel lack. And it's like, hey, you know what? I'm here to mingle because I'm here to mingle because I'm single. I'm not looking, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to find out who my soulmate is, who's the best for me. I have you and them. Look, okay, this ain't cheating, people. I need to know who I need to, I'm going to learn about you and them before I even dedicate any of my time into any relationship. But for some reason, and I'm going here with this because that is exactly what it looks like. And, for others of you, it's just literally a third-party situation, then that's a whole different situation. Okay, and somebody's finding out you have a third-party situation. That means you're already with somebody. But for those of you, I'm just talking about those of you who are mingling because you're single. Like the speed dating situation, which I don't even know if we do that anymore. My dad used to be huge into that. And that was okay. I don't know how it really works anymore. But I'm just telling you that's kind of the situation that it looks like over here. I am learning about you and this other person. Yes, I am talking to Cindy Lou, okay, of Whoville over here, while I'm talking to, Amanda. You see what I'm saying? Yes. Because I am trying to figure out who I would actually like to, who I'm comfortable with, who I get along with better. And there is absolutely nothing wrong with that. But we have to be careful in this day and age because you talk to one person, then you talk to somebody else. Oh my God, they just automatically, you're cheating on me. See, I don't think I could really be in this day and age of dating, guys, because that to me is the most ridiculous thing in the world. Um, because then that would just say that as soon as I talk to someone and somebody I am texting, and even if I text you for 2 weeks, we are automatically dating. I am sorry, that is not the truth over here. I come from a different world, I guess, right? Maybe I'm stuck in the 80s and the 90s. However, take it how it resonates, but that just wouldn't fly by with me, right? Because in seriousness, that is exactly what it is. It's like I didn't say we were dating. I said we're getting to know each other. But for some reason or whatever, this person believes that you are already in a relationship with them because you are texting them, and now they're starting to feel jealous and drained over the situation as you are taking steps towards whatever it is you want to take steps to. But they're going to write you and say, well, I don't know how the hell you can be writing them and me at the same time. And it's like, well, last time I remember, we're not married, we're not dating. We are learning to, learning about each other. So I think that's where the misunderstanding is really going to be about this too. Yeah, and it's going to cause a tower between you and this other person because they do believe that you're playing with their heartstrings. But like I said, now if we go to the other situation where you actually are in a third party situation, they know and they believe that you're playing with their heartstrings and they're very upset and they want to cut this off with you. Okay. Or you're going to find out that they're in a third party situation and you're going to want to cut the strings off with this person. Take it vice versa. But I am telling you right now, there is a single and I'm mingling to learn about this person. That's for a lot of you, and I know that is because that's the number one first information that comes out, right? Okay. And that was it for you, my friends. Until next time, peace and love.